So if you've been to my channel before and checked out some of my adjustable bench comparisons, you know that up to this date, there's one bench that I've consistently rated the highest, and that's the Fitness Reality Supermax 2000 XL bench. Now that bench is beast mode. I bought mine back in October 2020, and I paid about $270 for it after tax. I've always said that that bench just felt like a commercial bench. It's a big, heavy bench, weighs 63 pounds. It's built for like big people because even when you have it in its most upright position, you've got your head sitting on the back of the bench. So it's rated for people up to, I think, 6'4". Now, I love this bench, y'all. I saw recently that it's now listing for $139. And at $139 on Amazon, I believe that price blows out just about any bench that you could buy on Amazon because that deal is incredible. You can go and scroll through the comments of some of my other videos that I posted about this bench, and you can just see how people who bought it rave about this bench. That way, maybe you can get a little bit more feedback from some other people other than me and some of the other review people that you find here on YouTube. But I'm telling you, if you go down into those comments, you're gonna see some people saying some things that you won't believe because that bench is so beefy, so hardy. You jump on that bench and it's like jumping on the ground. You don't feel any shake. It's so solid. And I just don't typically find that in most home gym type benches. You definitely gonna find it in some of those commercial benches that you get, some of those rogue benches that's gonna push you into that 800 like price tag. But we talking about now $139. I mean, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to beat that. So I just wanna go ahead and start pushing that to you. Now, I got some other benches coming down the line that I'm gonna compare. Maybe some of those will live up to this same status, but right now, nah, I have no bench. I got other great options that are out there that I've reviewed before, but this Fitness Reality bench is dope. Let me tell you a couple more reasons why I feel that way. This bench has a no gap feature, so you can actually start with your gap. You know how sometimes you get on your bench, it's a little bit uncomfortable because depending on how tall you are, you may find that your back is hitting that gap. Well, the Fitness Reality bench, you can actually remove that gap by adjusting the seat. It slides back and forth, allowing you to go to a no gap bench. Now, be careful. If you buy that bench, make sure you watch this video before you start doing that because you can tear that seat up if you don't do it right. It is in the instructions, but you know how we do it. We often toss those away without reading them, especially when we get a build like this bench, which is super easy. You do like 4 or 5 things, you up and running in like 10 minutes. It's super easy to put this bench together. It comes like mostly pre-installed, and that's why it's so solid. Some benches you have to put several pieces on and you find that in that process, it's not as tight. This bench, I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep driving home the fact just how sturdy it is, because that's the thing I love most about it, because I do a lot of box jumps, bench step ups, and those type of exercises where I wanna have a nice, strong, stable bench when I perform these exercises for safety and just, you know, for that general security that you feel when you're doing exercises like that. You don't have to be so worried and you can focus on your form and so forth. But another couple things that I'm gonna mention to you guys that I really like about this bench. I love the fact that it has numbers and that those numbers along your adjustment points are right there. So you know if you're doing an incline, you probably want that bench at 45 degrees. It's right there to read it. And it goes all the way to -0, what I think they call it, to put it into your decline position. Now, one thing that maybe a little bit of a flaw, not a flaw, I'm gonna bring up one of the things that I felt like could be better. When you do put it in its decline position and you hike the front seat up into its incline position to get that nice even decline, it's not as low as some other benches. And so sometimes I might have to put the front on blocks to get that true decline that I like. So that's one thing that I will give a strike against this bench, but not so much that I would say that it's any worse than any other bench that I've reviewed up until this point, but just a little bit different than some of the ones that I found at the family gym that I train at from time to time. And if you're in Chicago, make sure you check out Chicago Fitness Center at 3131 North Lincoln. It's an amazing gym, and I think y'all should check it out, but let me keep it moving. This bench, when it's up in its fully upright position, you guys are gonna like it because it's pretty much straight 90 degrees, straight up and down. And like I said, lots of room for head space. It does have a handle. I told you this bench is like, it's somewhere between 63 and 63 and 68 pounds. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but as heavy as it is, it does have wheels. It does have a handle at the front that makes it easy to move around when you have to. I remember a guy talking in the comments about where he had bought one at Walmart or somewhere, I think it was Walmart, and he picked it up. They asked him if he needed any help, and he said no. Then he realized how hard it was to move it. I'm gonna try to dig that comment up and put it in here so y'all can check it out. And he was struggling. I just thought it was real funny when he told me that story in the comments. And by the way, make sure you leave a comment if you liking what you're hearing today. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe too if you haven't already. But again, let's keep it moving. A couple other things that I really like about this bench is that I always talk about the build quality. The build quality on this bench is superior to most everything that I've seen out there so far. It has 2x2 inch pipes down the back of this bench. A lot of times you're gonna find those 1 inch by 1 inch. The 2 inch by 2 inch just makes it so much more sturdy. It has very little space in between the outsides of the backboard and the edge of the outside of the steel 2x2 inch back supports that run down the back of that back pad. And that's important because you're not gonna have to worry about your bench cracking. All right, if you're doing box jumps and that kind of thing, sometimes back in the day, you could damage your bench by cracking it because they're really not designed to do that. But hey, these are things that we do when we work out in our home backyard and garage gyms. Now, along that same line, there's only about 2 inches between the top edge of the backboard and the metal supports that run down the back of it, so you don't have to worry about jumping on the back of that thing and cracking it where your head winds up having to lean back during your exercises. I know that may seem like something that'll never happen, but if you old school, like I mentioned in my first review, you know you've seen it at certain gyms or at certain homes. That's something that you don't have to worry about in most cases anymore, but it's definitely not something that you have to worry about in the case of the Fitness Reality 2000 Supermax XL bench. Now, all of this is stuff that I just want to drive home to you guys because Black Friday's coming up, the holidays coming up. Maybe you want to buy something for a family member, or you want to fill out your garage with a nice, high quality, durable bench that's going to last a long time. This is where to go because at $139, $139, I don't think you can beat it. Now, if you want to see more about this, check out this link right here and you can see a lot of the other reviews that I've done on this bench and some other benches, so you got some options. But I'm gonna tell you right now, at $139, I don't think you can beat this one. I hope y'all enjoyed this little video. I appreciate y'all coming. Don't forget to hit that like sign, subscribe. Until the next time, love and peace, everybody.